All right. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the Rhythm and Notes music channel. Now, I want to do a quick explanation of the modes and how one can use it during improvisation or when you have time doing songs, doing a common chord progression such as 736 251, right? Something like this. 7 2 3 6 2 5 5 1. Right. So what do I do? What are some nuances that I can play in between those chords to bring it a little some flavor, some flair into it, right? And that's what I'm going to be talking about. And you kind of have to understand, have a small knowledge of the modes. Music. So now there's 7 modes. I don't want to go too much into depth about the modes because of time. There's 7 modes. I'm just going to give you a small overview, a brief overview. Next time I'll go into much more depth of the modes and how one can use it. Right. Of course, now we know there are 7 modes. We have the Ionian, right, which is pretty much your major scale. For example, in the key of C, right. You have your Ionian mode, which is your first mode, which is pretty much your major scale. Right. And then you have your Dorian mode, right, which starts on the second degree of your major scale. All right. So when we start the major scale from D, it's called the Dorian mode, and in D it's called the Dorian mode, right? But this is D Dorian because we started on D, right? It's called D Dorian, right? But then we could also play the Dorian mode starting from a different scale degree, starting from C. It's no longer gonna be called C Ionian. It's gonna be called C Dorian because C is the second mode of is of a second mode of a different uh, major scale, right? And which major scale has C as its second mode, and that is B flat, right? So this will be called what? C Dorian because it's the second mode of B flat. See? Do re mi fa sol la ti do do ti la so fa mi re do, right? So this right here, if you start from C, thinking of B flat major scale, that'll give you C Dorian. It's pretty much like the blues scale, except with the blue note, which is right here, your sharp 4. And when you add the sharp 4, that gives you the blues scale. All right, now moving on. Now we have the Phrygian. So now you said to yourself, what major scale has C as my third mode? C as my third degree, and it's gonna be A flat. So see that? Do re mi fa sol la ti do do si la si fa mi re do. Right. So in the key of A flat, C is your 3, which gives you your Phrygian, and then you have your Lydian, your Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. All right, and Locrian it's the 7th mode. So which major scale has C as its 7th? And that's gonna give you C sharp. The 7th of C sharp is C. So this will be C Locrian, also called C Locrian. All right. So now that'll be Ti do re mi fa sol, right? La ti do do ti la so fa mi re do. So when you're in C and you're running a scale or you're running some sort of lick in C sharp, you're essentially playing the Locrian mode. I hope that makes sense. Okay, you're playing the Locrian mode. So when you're in C and you're playing a lick or some sort of scale on B flat, what scale are we running? we're running the Dorian scale because C is a 2 of B flat, so that'll be the Dorian scale, right? See? Or you could do this. Something like that, right? But then now, hopefully we're familiar with the pentatonic scale. All right, we are familiar with the pentatonic scale. Now, what we can do is play each of these modes using a pentatonic shape. Now, this is what I mean. So, for example, if you want to, you're on the key of C and you're on your 1, you just vamp it on your 1. What can you do? You don't just play C major scale like this. I mean, you could, as long as you avoid the 4, right? Right? It could sound good. Right? You could do that, but a better alternative that you should adapt and use is a pentatonic shape. And that, my friends, is this. So let's say you're on C, right? And you want to vamp on C major, right? Or C major 7th. Right here. What you want to do is play your 6. The thumb plays your 6 of your C, which is your La, right? So we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La. Your A becomes your La, right? So La, Do, Re, Mi, and Sol. That's the pentatonic. That's pentatonic scale or pentatonic shape right here. Right? So you can do this. Another one is to think of your 4. Right? Your 4 of your C major scale is your F. So now think of the same shape in the key of F, which is right here. So in the key of F, we have what? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. So your La of F right here will be this. And the same shape will be La, do, re, mi, sol. And then you do the same for your 3 of C, but now this time you're going to be thinking of the shape as it relates to your 5 of C. So we have your 6, your 1, 2, 3, and your 5. See, we're on a 1, so we have 3 options. 3 options that we could, or 3 shapes, or pretty much the same shape. It sort of looks like a different shape, but it's pretty much the same shape. You're just thinking of a different key. All right, guys, you're thinking of a different key or a different mode. Okay, so for example, if we were thinking of the key of F, what mode would that be? If you're thinking of key of G, what mode would that be? Okay, that's for another lesson. Okay, but for now, just think of the 4 and the 5, the shape in the 4 and the 5. So for the 1, you have your 6, La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. For your 4, we have La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. Right? For your 5, we have La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. Of course, guys, it's gonna require you to really be familiar with your major scales. Right? So you can do so much with your major scales. Right? So on your 1, see how many options we have? You could do this. See, you haven't done anything. You could do this. That's what you can do. Right? And literally, you can even do that if you switching the chord on your left to your 4. You do the same thing because that's the beauty of the pentatonic scale. You can pretty much do the same thing. And it doesn't matter which chord you're playing on your left hand side. You can do the same thing. Right? See? It goes. See, my left hasn't moved. It's still on the 4. comes your. All right. So now that's just the pentatonic scale for the Ionian mode, right? If you're on your major seventh, what can you do, right? Another mode you can use. You can use literally any mode. You can use pretty much any mode, but the ones I prefer is the Dorian and the what is it called? The Locrian, right? So as we said, the Dorian mode is when you're thinking of the flat seventh, right? So you're saying what key or which major scale has C as my 2, all right? C as my 2, so that's gonna be your B flat, right? And to use that pentatonic shape on B flat, what would you do? You have to know your B flat major scale. So we have La, Ti, Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do, right? And pentatonic scale, another easy way is you avoid the 4 and you avoid the 7th. You avoid Fa and you avoid Ti. That's it. Anything else is a go, right? So we have this shape again. La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. See? I'm playing that same shape over B flat pentatonic scale. And I said, so now we're in B flat. For my right hand, we're going to think of the 4 of my B flat, which is right here, D sharp, right? And the same shape for D sharp will be your 6, La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. See? So switching between different modes. Right? So I switch between, well, it's pretty much the same mode, right? I'm in my Dorian mode, right? And I went to a different shape of the Dorian mode, which is right here. I can go to another one, which is the 3 of the Dorian right here. So now I'm going to be thinking of the key of F, which is my 5 of the Dorian, right? So that shape is this. La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. So I hope you guys kind of understand the method behind the madness, right? It's a method. It's just a shape, right? And thinking of a different key whilst in one key. Right? I'm in the key of C, but now I'm thinking about the key of B flat because I want to use the different shapes in that key. So in the key of B flat, I have this 6, 1, 2, 3, 5. Within that same key, I'm thinking of a different key in that same key. So now I'm thinking about the 4, which is D sharp, right? So La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. See that? And you can think about the 5. Think of the 5 of B flat and do the same shape for it. La, Do, Re, Mi, Sol. Now this is just Dorian. Now what if we do Locrian, right? So you're saying to yourself, which key has C as my 7th, which is C sharp? So we do the exact same technique in the key of C sharp. So in the key of C sharp we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do, right? And La, so in that shape we have La, Do, Re, Mi, we skip Fa, and then Sol. See that? We have that right here. And if you think about it, for this same mode, we think of the 4 of that same mode, which is your F sharp, where's your La of F sharp? Do, Ti, La, right? So the same thing. So now we have see? Right? And then we have this. Do, Re, Mi, Sol. This is all in C sharp. And we think of the 5 of C sharp, which is G sharp. And we have La, Do, Re, Mi, So. And this is all over one chord. So many options. This gives you all over one chord. So now, in a 7-3-6, we have 7. So what can I play on this 7? Which is pretty much a diminished chord, right? But another different video I will explain to you why that's a 7. 7. Okay. 3, 6. So on the 6, what can you do? Right? On the 6, what can we do? So the same shape. We could think of, let's say we wanted to do Locrian, the Locrian mode for this 6, right? What is a Locrian mode? So which key are we going to be thinking of when we think about Locrian? We're going to be thinking about D sharp, right? Right? So in D sharp we have Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do. Well, you establish your major scale in your mind, right? And then for that shape, remember, you go to your 6, your thumb plays your 6, La, Do, Re, Mi, and then So. See? So for your La, which is your 6, you could do this. So. Right, so that's another option. Okay. And you could think of the 2 for your D. So La. So the 2 for your what do you call it? Your D sharp, right? Which is right here, and you form the same shape with the F. That's why the pentatonic scale works so much. So it works so well because you could literally play it over any chord. Where is the 4? The 4 is right here. We did the exact same shape, right? So the 4 is right here. So for the 5, the exact same shape. This is all over the 6. So many options. Okay, guys. So I hope this video just open your mind. It sparks some sort of ideas that you can use to help you with your movement, your improvisation. All right. So until next time, cheers.